What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan. I am your Nootropics information wizard. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Check us out on the web at livecortex.com, at livecortex.com/blog. Big blog for Nootropics information. Check us out on Facebook also. Awesome Facebook page. We need more likes. Facebook.com/cortexstacks. Just go there, please, and like the page. It would mean a lot to me. It's really awesome. Look, 6 powerful nootropic products support this broadcast. Here they are.
Elite level nootropic
All right, number one, we've got a
products.
stack. It is called Cortex. It is powerful. We made the stack to turn on mental energy, focus, productive drive, motivation, to enhance mood, to enhance verbal fluency. The bottom line was I was looking around at other pre-made stacks, and some of them were pretty okay, but nothing was like modafinil or high-dose phenylpiracetam or anything similar. We changed that with the Cortex stack. That was the target, to make something. People took 2 capsules and you're lit up like a Christmas tree and want to go work and you feel good, your brain works awesome, you know the difference. Get a bottle of Cortex at livecortex.com right now. Coupon code 5, F-I-V-E, saves you $5. $27 for a bottle that's being called the only pre-made stack that works. Can't beat that. Livecortex.com, links in the description below. We wrote 6 or 5 digital nootropics books. They teach you how to use nootropics, but they give you stacks that are comparable to Adderall. I mean, there's powerful stacks for everything you can think of there. If you need my help personally, we've got a consulting service. It's a 40-minute call with me. We do that with college students, with business professionals, with doctors, with everybody else in between. Get that at livecortex.com. And if you're brand new to nootropics, just get the Nootropic Starter Pack. That's where you need to start. It's a bottle of our stack Cortex, so you can see what a real stack is like. And our book, Smarter, Better, Faster, which comes digitally, so you can read it on any device you have, that teaches you how to use nootropics. All right, so I got an email from a user that basically is running into some sort of irrational fear, what he considers, he or she, I think it's a he, considers an irrational fear, and he's trying to see if he can hack it with nootropics. Here's the email. I think this is an important email for folks to understand how some things you shouldn't be looking at from the frame of, well, how can I hack this with nootropics, and some things you might be able to do that with. Hi, Ryan. In no time, I've become one of your ardent followers. On Facebook, my name is, and he gives his name, and I'm also part of the Nootropic groups. I enjoy your work so much, and I've purchased your Smarter, Better, Faster guide that taught me a lot about the very chaotic world of nootropics. Thank you very much. You got to buy Smarter, Better, Faster, and you have to read it 10 to 15 times, okay? If you've not bought it and you have questions about this stuff, you got to read the book, and you got to read it 10 to 15 times. There's a question I'd like to ask you. I'm an athlete and practice extreme sports. I've noticed that I can do skills on hard surfaces if other people are watching me. So he can do what he does as an athlete on hard surfaces, so maybe like doing gymnastics or flips or whatever on the floor, or otherwise extreme sports on a hard floor. But if people aren't watching me, I avoid doing them because of fear. So he's saying that that fear is irrational. So when people are watching him, he's able to do these extreme sports on hard ground and not worry about getting injured, and that's it. You know, is there anything that you can do? He's basically asking, is there a way that I can hack this with nootropics, or would you recommend another way to fix the issue? And that brings up one major point that I want to get across to folks, and the point is, I'll give you the point through essentially an analogy. Like you can't say look, my skin is a very particular color of white, and I don't like it. Which nootropic is going to help me for that? There's just things you can't ask which nootropics are for. So people are doing way too much of that, and I see that. You know, they're going, look, phenibut and ashwagandha plus aniracetam, L-theanine plus St. John's wort. These things are pretty good for calming the brain down to go on a date. If you're new to dating, or if you're on a new date with a chick and you don't want to freak out because you're too anxious, and you just want to be cool and calm and be an alpha male. So those things are all good, but I mean, it's just another context. You can't rely on nootropics for certain things. I see people doing this all the time where they make that mistake. That said, I try to help you the best I can and give you some suggestions. The number one thing you want to do in this situation to try to clear out an irrational fear, hacking it any way you can, including meditation, by the way. It's like probably one of the best ways to do that, to rewire your brain, to think about yourself thinking about it as if you're not afraid to do it when people aren't watching, in this case of doing extreme sports, is you have to be, at the time that you're going to do it, you have to be absolutely confident. I mean, you have to totally free-flowingly be in your dominant, if you're a dude, just like your dominant alpha male confident state. You need confidence, right? And the number one way to get confidence is you have to have a lot of skills, which you do have in this case. This guy has skills to do these extreme sports, but your brain has to work really well. The brain has to work well. So look, right away, my first suggestion would be some Aniracetam. Aniracetam just allows one to process information a lot better in a way that gives you a sort of an integrated feeling in your brain, where as a result you can feel pretty confident. So 400 on the low end to 900 milligrams on the high end of Aniracetam with 300 or 400 milligrams of choline bitartrate. That'd be my first suggestion. Now, if that doesn't work, number two, you got to get a dopamine-centric stack that also works on improving processing capacity, something like Cortex. Get the Cortex stack. Now, the Cortex stack is a powerful dopamine stack that turns on motivation and turns on mental energy, but it's also a cholinergic stack because it's got some CDP choline in there, and uridine is also somewhat cholinergic, and really facilitates memory, verbal fluency, and overall confidence. So you need a stack that does both things. So it's dopaminergic and it's cholinergic. So the Cortex stack, that'd be number two. Number three would be a Cortex variant, which would be 150 milligrams uridine monophosphate, 80 milligrams CDP choline, 300 milligrams acetyl L-carnitine, and a B complex. That is a powerful stack. If you want to amplify that stack, well, both the stack, the Cortex stack and that stack, have 120 to 200 milligrams of caffeine with it, whether with coffee or making a caffeine capsule, caffeine powder. Shifting gears though, the other thing you might want to think about is low dose Tranquility nootropics. You probably want to shoot for some theanine or ashwagandha or St. John's wort. I wouldn't go with phenibut, in this situation. It's just one of those compounds that over time you just develop a weird, it's almost like an addiction to it, where if you stop taking it, you'll run into some withdrawal symptoms, and your brain you don't want your brain dependent on that sort of modified version of GABA. It's essentially what it is. It tricks your GABA receptors into thinking it's GABA, and that it only wants that, and it starts to not respond to regular GABA, and that's not good. So I'd shoot for a regular dose of St. John's wort combined with 200 milligrams of L-theanine combined with 300 to 400 milligrams of ashwagandha. Okay, that's low dosing some good solid synergistic Tranquility nootropics, and the mission is to calm down some of that excessive thought so that you can just get into your mode of knowing how skilled you are and going and doing it. Right, so it's a mix, and if you really want to get nifty, you might do that last stack, the St. John's wort, a regular dose of St. John's wort, 200 milligrams of L-theanine, 300 to 400 milligrams of ashwagandha, and then stack it with a medium dose of Aniracetam. So bring the Aniracetam to it, and you kind of get best of both worlds there. So shoot for that stack plus 400 to 600 milligrams of Aniracetam, because then you got the cool in there and the calm. Then you got some functional working memory and otherwise focus benefits, just enough to give you the edge to enter the zone. The point is, you want to be able to enter the zone. You want to be able to enter a place where you're just totally in your confident space. If you're a man, you're totally in your masculine. You just you just know you can kick ass and fucking take names and do your thing that you're good at, and that's it. So those would be my targets. But ultimately, if none of those things work, the best way to target something like this really is to sit and meditate and to try to rewire your brain. I mean, literally, you're just building new neural pathways. This is a known thing in the world of neuroscience. You're just going to have to rewire your brain to feel differently about it. So picture yourself doing the act, in this case extreme sports, without people watching, and do it probably 20 to 50 times of you doing it. Just picture it in your head and you landing the thing, doing the extreme sports, like doing it, and then feel what that feels like. Try to develop the confidence in your mind. You actually have to sit there and do the mental exercise to make it happen. And the best precursor state to be in to go and do that is sit there and meditate, clear your brain for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then enter the iterative, repetitive state of picturing yourself doing the thing you need to do over and over again and feeling good about it. You actually have to rewire your nervous system in that case to do that. It sounds like it's wacky, but it really does work, and it really does work. Athletes do that all of the time. I do that in my life all the time. I picture myself, wearing a 3-piece suit and driving a white 5 Series BMW over and over and over again. And I went to pick up my date the other day in a 3-piece suit and my white BMW, okay? Because I pictured it over and over again, and it drilled it in my head, and I was confident to do it, and I went out and I did it. So thanks so much for watching. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions about nootropics and you want me to answer them on air, ryan@livecortex.com. I'll get to them as soon as I can. And if you need my help personally, look, just get a consulting package. It's $65. It'll be the best $65 you spend. You get a 40-minute call with me. Go get it at livecortex.com. If any of you watching this have any questions about nootropics and you just need a professional help or advice on this, or you need suggestions on stacks, can't get the information you seek out there on the web, look, you can have a direct call with me on Skype. You just got to buy the consult. Get it at livecortex.com. If you want to try a stack, that is a super stack that we built for business people, entrepreneurs, pro poker players, just people who need to get a lot of work done and want to have brain energy like this. Like I took Cortex today and drank some coffee. Look at me. You couldn't make me not verbally fluent if you tried. You have to punch me in the face or something. I'm just in a good place. Get a bottle of Cortex at livecortex.com. Again, our digital nootropics books, they teach you things like this. Okay, if you want a list of all the major racetams, if you want an epic study pramiracetam modafinil stack, get the Racetam God guide. You know, if you want an insane working memory Noopep stack, and many of them, get the Noopep Pro Stack List. If you're a business person and you need 100 powerful stacks to get you to crank out work, get the Nootropic stacks for the business professional. If you're brand new to Nootropics, get smarter, better, faster. I mean, that's where you need to go. And if you really like Aniracetam, get the Beginner's Guide to Aniracetam. These are all digital and downloadable. Get them at livecortex.com. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Rock on. Talk to you next time. What's up, everybody? Ryan Michael Balla here. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Look, we've got, as it stands, 5 primary products that I want to just explain to you. You heard us mention them during the video, so I'm going to break them down. Number 1, from left to right, the Cortex Nootropic stack. This is a cognitive enhancement stack that you really want to take to turn the lights on. Just to give you an idea, hardcore business folks that require 18 to 20 hours of brain function, take the Cortex stack. That's what we initially designed it for, but then like everybody in the nootropic sphere loved it. Verbal fluency, speed of processing, motivation, drive to want to work. That's what the Cortex stack does. Moving right along, the Aniracetam guide there, that is called the Beginner's Guide to Aniracetam, breaks down 25 powerful Aniracetam stacks, shows you how to use Aniracetam. It's essentially the everything guide to Aniracetam. Long demanded, folks asked us for it. We delivered. It is fully digital, lots of powerful stacks. And then there's the Nootropic stacks for the business professional. That's basically 100, right around 100 powerful uridine, modafinil, theacrine, aniracetam, oxiracetam, phenylpiracetam, alcar stacks for business situations, for the type of brain states that business folks need for sustained performance. Next is the Racetam God guide. That is a high-level every Racetam guide, digital guide. We've got all the major Racetams with accompanying focus stacks and memory stacks and speed of processing stacks. In that Racetam. There's 8 major nootropic Racetams, and that guide explains all of them and accompanying stacks. Then there's the Nootropic Pro Stack List. The Nootropic Pro Stack List is a digital guide that explains oral, so just taking it by mouth, sublingual, taking it under the tongue, and then intranasal, spraying Nootropic nasal spray in your nose, stacks. It's just a bunch of stacks, a giant stack list of Nootropic stacks that are highly effective, pro-level, specific brain state inducing type of Nootropic stacks. That thing has been a hit out there with the market. And then last, there's Smarter, Better, Faster. Smarter, Better, Faster is the all-around, everything nootropics digital guide. If you just want to learn everything, many Racetams, modafinil, etc., get Smarter, Better, Faster. It's like the guide you need to know if you're new to nootropics, to learn basically everything and to walk away knowing what you need to know on nootropics. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. Get this stuff at livecortex.com and rock on.